Welcome, Lego Star Wars fans, or Lego fans in general, to Journal of the Scots. Yet another haul video. This is a double haul. They've already been pre-opened. One because one of is from Mercari, and I always like to make sure to rate the seller within 24 hours. So I had to kind of double check, make sure it's good condition, and I already rated them. So spoiler on this one. And then the other one, as you can see, is an Amazon box. And so the holidays were good, had a little left over in the Amazon account. So there was just a couple items that were a decent deal. I think like the standard 20% off. So I was like, hey, might as well keep the hauls rolling. It's not like my backlog is needing these things, but at the same time, it burning a hole in my pocket, so it is time to pull the trigger. Here, let's make sure that's set up here properly. So, with that, let's get going. Before we continue, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody's support. Again, make sure to like the video, subscribe. Any commentary is more than welcome, even if you go first and last. It doesn't really matter. I appreciate it. I want to interact with all of you. So, without further ado, first haul, let's take a look. And as you know, I've been collecting Rebel pilots, Sith, Jedi, all sorts of stuff. I just got the Shadow Guard the other day, and so this is another figure to add to the collection, and nicely wrapped, so I'll definitely be able to reuse this packaging, which is really nice. And then he or she put it in a bag, and then with extra bubble wrap, which is really nice. I really think this is a very much a professional seller. I think they've had like 600 sales at least, and so they obviously know what they're doing. And I like the fact they put it in an extra little baggie here, like a special minifigure little bag. So here we go. It is the A-Wing pilot, just like that. Hopefully you can get a good look. A-Wing pilot. This was originally in a Toys R Us poly bag, and it was actually at the time one where I was not super into, like, I didn't go out of my way to get. However, I was supposed to get this, if I remember correctly, because this was back when I first started getting out of my dark ages, and I was in Toys R Us before Toys R Us went out of business, and they ran out of this poly bag, and so they gave me an alternate figure instead. So I missed out on the A-Wing, and so now it is back in my collection. And thank you to Mercari, which, if you check out the link in the description, if you haven't done Mercari, you can go ahead and do that. That's my shameless plug for my channel support. But this is one I missed, and now I have the A-Wing pilot, so I'm crossing that one off the list. I still have a few more to go. Here's my let me put them in the bin here. My Rebel pilot collection is starting to get pretty significant. This isn't even all of them. I have some of them are still, I think, around in different ships. So as I kind of build mocks and do different things, I'm going to have some pretty solid options from a Rebel pilot. One of the things I do want to do is build like a full alphabet squadron, if you will. Not necessarily all Rebel, but just different ships from A to Z. So that'll be kind of a fun undertaking. That'll probably happen sometime. I might get it started this year at some point, and maybe finish it next year. So we'll save that. I always try to save all my packaging. And then the other thing, it came and my wife went ahead and opened it, so I couldn't make it a surprise or anything like that, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. I kind of knew it was coming. There is some more coming, nicely packed. And this is actually a set that I was gonna pass on completely. However, it's on discount. It is the Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader. My big thing about this set, and the reason I was going to pass on it, was because there's really two figures that are not in my collection that I'd like to get, because I already got the Kenobi Starfighter, and that had the Camino, that had Obi-Wan, it had the droid too, but I already have multiples of Darth Vader. I'm going to have now a ton of Obi-Wan Kenobi, almost too much in my collection. But these are two great figures, and while the scenery is pretty plain, one of the things I'm a big fan of is buildings and scenes. And so I figured that some of this rock work and the parts themselves could be useful, and I'll enjoy building the actual set itself. I'll break it down, and then I'll have some really good parts to go in my collection. One of the cool things is some of this fire scenery, and I do need a lot of fire scenery. So, you know, kind of the trade-off for me, you know, I was going to get the Talia figure on Mercari for, I forget if she was like between $6 and $8, and I'm like, you know, I kind of want the Ned B as well, which is, he's kind of a cool figure. So, you know, getting a couple repeats with Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi is not a terrible thing. I mean, I could use their bodies and torsos for other things and maybe do some mashup minifigures with these. So at the end of the day, I think I just, you know, kind of made the decision that using a gift card and getting this set was definitely worthwhile. So look forward to this one. I'll be building it very, very soon. I'm going to want to crack into this and get the minifigures on it. Because Talia is an absolute awesome character and figure in the Kenobi series. Ned B's kind of a fun, that's an awesome minifigure. Probably one of the better droid minifigures that you'll see. So there's that. And then I'm kind of doing some testing. These are somewhat generic. I kind of feel bad buying them. And maybe I'll do some reviews on them. But one of them is there's two different light kits that I was able to get, and I'm going to save that box. It's Pam Vanna or Vava. These are essentially these are made in China, you know, generic light up bricks. And part of the reason is that I wanted to get some of these that would go really good with like a mill style and kind of have light going up for this one. So I'm going to test that out. And then this one, I think originally, well, then I'm trying to remember if one of these was Brickloot. I don't know. Then this one is through Bowerful. It's just really generic type stuff. But it's one of the things I really liked about it was that it was USB, and then it was also had a remote, so you could kind of turn it off and turn it on. So I'm kind of interested to play around with that to see if that's a definitely good way to go. So that's it for this one. Again, got another pilot, another nice set with 4 more figures and a lot of great parts of my collection. And then, hey, this is going to be make for some fun videos. Testing some lighting kits. That's going to be a little bit different. I've played around a little bit in the past, but the big thing is for the Darth Vader castle mock, and then also for the not necessarily the outpost, but for as I kind of like finish up Tatooine, I want to kind of do some playing around with lights. So appreciate it. That's all for this haul. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you probably on another haul. Thanks and bye for now.